Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special conversation. Lucerne Festival is about to embark in a very special collaboration with the NFT platform Patron of Art. And with me today is Stephan Holzer, one of the leading figures in this new platform. Stephan, what is it about the future of NFTs in the art?
So NFTs are a new type of medium. It's a digital medium based on blockchain technology. Where basically now for the first time, we can assign digital ownership to digital files in a true, meaningful way. So this is a development that actually started already in the 1950s. Many scientific researchers worked on that. And then blockchain technology emerged, and actually by chance, NFTs are also solving this problem now in a very good way. And this already has like a lot of implications in the art space, like many artists embarking on this journey of creating NFTs, especially digital artists, but also first museums are issuing digital replicas of NFTs. But it's also like benefiting many more industries, of course, this technology. Art is only one piece of it. And for example, the World Economic Forum and McKinsey have different reports that predict that in the next 10 years, up to 10% of the global GDP will actually move to the blockchain space. And a lot of this will be in the form of NFTs. So this is like a new technology that cannot be ignored.
The Lucerne Festival as a classical music giant, one can say, one of the most important classical music events in the world, reaching out to many people physically who come to our concerts, but more and more also reaching out digitally through our Lucerne Festival Connect platform, but also with the broadcasts from our concerts, especially obviously opening concerts. Just this year, we have had 25 million clicks on the streaming of a concert of the Lucerne Festival Orchestra with Ricardo Chailly in China alone. So obviously, it's a big subject, and it's a great moment for us to be moving in now more concretely into the NFT world. Stephan, what are we going to do together?
So as a first step, we plan to launch NFTs of historic posters of the Lucerne Festival. Lucerne Festival has a great tradition of bringing high quality art from commissioned artists or brand agencies to the posters. And we thought this is a really great first step into the NFT space to re-emphasize this history and create digital replicas of those posters.
I looked at these posters many times since I've been director here at the festival. I think it's a very interesting fallback into the history, but also a fallback that proves that the festival was always on a very high level in the way it projected its festival, also in a graphical manner, on posters, in the programs. It always had a very clear line and was very dedicated to being on a top level, even reaching back to 1954 by Donald Brun, who was quite an interesting figure, sort of also mixing the Swiss national flag with the colors into the more Bauhaus style of the recent past at the time.
It was even acquired by the Museum of Modern Art, the MoMA in New York, and was exhibited as part of the collection. And this really demonstrates a very high standard of the artworks that were used in the posters. And this is only one example. There are, of course, many more that are in different collections across museums.
Yeah, we have Niklaus Troxler, who was the founder and director of the Jazz Festival in Willisau. And Niklaus was a good friend of mine. We met quite often. Niklaus designed one of the posters in 1991. It's really a top work.
Yeah, absolutely. We basically see a moment in the life of 5 waves that sort of also represents the stuff in Western musical notation. from an abstracted representation of the city of Lucerne, right? We can see, for example, in the white wave, the landscape of Mount Pilatus. And then the yellow wave looks a bit like the Chapel Bridge, and we have Lake Lucerne in blue. Yeah, which was really fascinating, I think. Like to me, you know, when I looked at the poster the first time, I was immediately reminded of the Chromie Squiggles by Snowfroze, which was created in 2020 and was curated by Artblocks, which is like one of the leading generative art platforms. Currently, I think it's worth about $160 million. And so I was really excited to see this on the poster when I looked at it.
I have one poster hanging at home, which is the Eros one. That's one of the ones I like the most. At the time when we decided for the theme, we were a little bit scared to come out with such a theme, especially in a very Catholic city. But it worked out fine, very fine. It was, and this is one of our popular posters. We have a lot of requests still, and I like having it at home. It was designed by Interbrand, which was our agency we worked with. And I think among the thematic posters of the past 20 years, this stands out. Let's go also to the poster of Rosemary Tissy, which was created in 1994. And by the way, a very special year for the Lucerne Festival, because it was the year when the vote fell that we could build a new concert hall, the KKL here, so a very important year, but also a very interesting work, which also won a gold medal at the International Poster Biennial in Warsaw. So another really outstanding artistic work being part of the Lucerne Festival.
Also from an NFT perspective, when I looked at the poster the first time, I was very reminded of the CryptoPunks by Lava Labs, who also have like this kind of pixelated aesthetics, and are one of the most famous NFT collections that were created in 2017. So really it's the beginning when NFT art emerged. And in some sense, this is also reflected in this poster that has like a similar aesthetics. And it also shows a lot of the personal style of Rosemary Tissy, with very distinctive proportions, and yeah, like still having like some kind of fluidity within those pixels, which also connects a lot to our life, and that music is very essential among us.
What I would like to know is also for our viewers and people interested perhaps in buying these NFTs is what are they really getting? What is the uniqueness about it, and what are they owning?
So that's a very good question. And so basically those digital files, they are publicly online. They can be seen by anybody. However, what is very special is that you get a certificate that belongs to the digital file. And this is something that only you own. You can use it as a profile picture. You can use it in your online gallery, maybe in the metaverse. If you have a space in the metaverse, I can put it on the wall in the office, for example. So you're supporting really the festival by purchasing an NFT, supporting the history, and at the same time, you actually own this digital certificate accompanying the file. We also have different tiers of the NFTs. So the most affordable ones start at €20, because we really wanted to reach a broad audience, but we expect that they will sell out a bit faster because they're also limited. For example, the first poster that we offered will only have 20 editions at €20 each. But then there are like other editions, that cost €100, €400, even €2,000. That also come with special benefits in addition. It's not only the NFT and this digital file that you acquire and collect, but you also get a higher resolution image. You get like a program that is signed by artists from the Lucerne Festival, or even a membership in the Friends circle. Yeah, like I think it's a good time to start a new collection right now with Lucerne Festival.
We're making a first step into this dimension of NFT, metaverse. Where do you think this is going for the Lucerne Festival?
This is now a first step really to also build a community of collectors that are on the one hand interested in NFTs and this new digital innovation, but also of course in Lucerne Festival. And then the goal would be also to identify with this community what could be interesting further steps. We have, of course, many ideas what we could do, not only with visual art, but also with audio content. And it could be also a combination of, let's say, visual art and then performances of orchestras, or like there could be even innovation coming from the community itself. And we are really looking forward to discussing that with the community that will basically get exclusive access to, like testing those first ideas with us.
Stephan, one important question everybody has in these difficult times. We are facing severe energy problems in our society. And how is this going to affect the NFT development, and how energy focused are these NFTs? There's a lot of different stories around it, that they consume a lot of energy, electricity and power. What is the reality?
So historically, it's true that NFTs and blockchain technology consumed a lot of power. However, there was a big change on September 15th, when the second largest blockchain called Ethereum got upgraded. And essentially the power consumption was reduced by 99.5%, which is really significant. Some people even say it was reduced by 99.95%. And the reason for that is that like a certain mechanism that was extremely energy consuming in the blockchain was replaced by something more modern. And this previous mechanism basically turned energy into security of the blockchain. And now we were able to replace that, or at least the Ethereum Foundation was able to replace it. And now we can basically say that all major NFT collections that are on Ethereum or other chains don't waste that much energy as before. In addition, our platform is very concerned about the environment as well. So we try to avoid carbon emissions as much as possible. And then the remaining part, we compensate. So we can really state that the NFTs that we are minting and distributing on our platform, they in the long term will not have an impact. I think right now in the blockchain and NFT space, we're still at this very early stage, where we basically just transfer what is possible in the physical world to the blockchain space. But this is a necessary step to further innovate, right? And I think with Lucerne Festival taking this step, you and also the community that we build here can be part of this evolution and also define what will be innovated in the future and can be a leader in this space.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Stephan. And let's hope for a great start of the new NFT world at Lucerne Festival.